Hi, I'm Cautex, and in this video I'll be showing off some bugs that I've come across. Some of these bugs I've mentioned before in previous videos, and some of them are things that can be leveraged to gain small advantages. Regardless of how old or useful these bugs are, all of them work on live servers still, and none of them have been fixed on the PTR. I've reported all of these things to Blizzard, and in some cases I've actually reported it multiple times. Since they haven't fixed any of these things, and appear to have no desire to fix them, I'm inclined to believe that the useful ones are fair game and won't get you banned. But then again, this is Blizzard that we're talking about. Normally, when you activate an unused trinket and then unequip it, the effect provided by that trinket will go away. This prevents you from doing what is referred to as snapshotting. How this seems to be coded in game is that there is some process that monitors buffs and debuffs to look at their source. If that source is an item, it checks to see if that item is equipped, and if it sees that the item isn't equipped, then it removes the buff. However, the Macabre music sheet is a bit special. When you use the trinket, it doesn't actually give you a buff. Instead, it spawns 4 dancers, and the dancers give you a buff when you run over them. This means that the buff didn't come from an item, and therefore does not get lost if you swap to another trinket. What this means is that you can use the trinket before the pull, get the 4 stacks of the haste buff, and then swap to a different trinket and pull the boss, and the haste buff will be snapshotted. To do this, the optimal time to use the music sheet is around 6 to 7 seconds before the pull, as it takes a little bit of time for all the dancers to spawn. I suggest making a keybind that will equip the trinket that you wish to use in place of the music sheet. That way you wouldn't have to fumble with dragging it out of your bags and into the item slot. At the beginning of every Torghast floor, there's a trigger volume to end the black screen effect. It's sometimes possible to move beyond this area before the volume gets loaded, leaving you stuck with a black screen. It's pretty rare, and I don't think that it's only dependent on your movement speed. So it's possible that it has something to do with the individual trigger volumes themselves, but I'm also not a programmer, I don't know. But regardless of how this bug actually functions, if it ever happens to you, you just need to use your minimap to navigate back to the start of the floor, and once you run into that trigger volume, you should get your vision back. While I don't have a particularly large sample size for the number of times this has occurred, all of them have either been in SCOTUS halls or the Soul Forges. The Cinder Tea Set is a toy that can be acquired from getting honored with the Court of Harvesters. Clicking the tea set gives you mana back as one might expect. However, this toy can be dropped and used in combat, granting people who use it another source of in-combat mana regeneration. Obviously, I am a warrior and I don't have mana, but I have confirmed with healers in my guild that it works. Also, during a boss wipe, we confirmed that it works on Mythic difficulty as well. However, this footage is from LFR, where using such a bug wouldn't reasonably be considered an exploit. Two things to note are that the rate of mana regeneration that you get from drinking increases the longer that you are drinking, and taking damage cancels the drink, making the optimal time to use this tea set times where there's no ray damage occurring. In Torghast, despite losing control of your characters when you switch floors, you're still able to use plundered anima cells. If you use one during the Fade to Black and your character is still considered to be on the floor that you're leaving, then congratulations, you just lost your anima cells. A trick to mitigating this problem is to watch your minimap, because once you've actually transitioned floors, you'll see the minimap get updated.